Now, so there's lots, I'm just showing a couple of pages, but I'll take the next slide, please. One of the other areas, and I'm sure you can't imagine what that is, but one of the other areas is called Signs of Life. And it's about marginalia, old books that are meaningful to you, and little things in the, like dog ears. And what's on one of the plinths is my father's dictionary, which actually doesn't have virtual as a real word in it. It has virtual, it's like sort of an adjective. It's not in, but it's nothing like we use it today, which is kind of interesting. It does have physical, but it is a very limited, it talks about physical meaning to do with science, objects, and so you get a sense of how things have changed. This is a close-up, though, of wear and tear on a treasured object. So the dictionary is there for you to have fun with and look at, but the whole notion is, again, when they bring out the new iPad, people don't go, oh, I don't want to give up my old one. And they don't do that. They don't go, oh no, yeah, give me the new one, okay. And there's not, so it's not that the old one was bad, but there is nothing really in those objects except the data that they have. Whereas these physical objects contain much more than the information that's stored inside them. So again, you can tell that I'm biased. So that's about, and even, you take some books out of the library and think, God, this is really, and somebody dropped coffee all over that, right, or whatever. But what that does, and the reason for the term signs of life, is it reminds us that other humans have touched this. That other humans, and you think, I wonder what they were doing when they dropped the coffee. I do anyway. I wonder what they were doing, when the coffee spilled all over. Did they panic and go, not my book, I don't care. I don't have a slide for the next one, and the reason is I want you to be surprised by it. But I'll tell you what the area is. And there's a gentleman in the audience for whom this will be quite meaningful because it's about personality. It's called Identity Crisis. And basically, while I was doing the research for all this, I learned that in the book realm of people who are interested in books, there's a big controversy, which means you can have a controversy in any area you want. And we should never be surprised. There's controversy and conflict, inevitably. And in the realm of books, it's all about, I'm not sure that's a book. Well, I think it's a book. Well, what really makes a book? Well, it's easy. It's one of those things. So, is a scroll a book? Does a book have to have content? Is a book a container? Someone said the definition of a book is its container. It contains the information so that we can pass it on. I want you to think, before we go over, about what you think is a book and is not a book. Have you ever heard people go, oh, it's a pamphlet? It's not a book, it's a pamphlet. But it's got lots of pages. It's still a pamphlet. Yeah. So it's quite amazing, again, that in this little realm is reproduced the fact that humans inevitably want to have, this is a book, this is just a wannabe, right? And so it's all reflecting again of social atmosphere and social values. So when you get to the identity crisis, have a little fun. Now, I'll have my next slide, and we're nearing the end. There's an area called feeling the physical and feeding the physical. And essentially what I am suggesting is that books offer us, and they're not the only things that do this, but physical books offer us the opportunity to heighten and sharpen and keep keen our senses. God, this palette book is heavy. Well, you might be sort of talking and mumbling, but you're getting a sense of weight versus something that is very light. And you might think, why do I care? Once again, if we don't use our senses, all of them, they will fade. And there's lots of literature that shows that. that if you don't, and one of the worst bits of literature is children who grow up in the dark, really their eyes fail to develop after a while. So we know that if we don't keep using our senses, we might be disoriented. But again, maybe in 50 years, no one will care. But I think we should care. So this was a plant that was given to me recently, actually by Philip Owen, the former mayor. He's quite a gentleman. And he came with this beautiful calla lily. And the reason I mentioned this, and I like the image, was I never knew that when plants can't get rid of water through the regular means that they do, I guess they sweat through their little gland or whatever they sweat through, that some plants will actually begin to spit water. And I was walking by one day and I thought, that's funny, that looks like that's coming out of that plant. And it was. So again, just to be in the habit of noticing, to be in the habit of observing small differences, big differences, all of those experiences, that the more we get to a homogeneous, efficient world, the less likely, and I'm going to make a big leap, we are to not notice, not care, be disturbed by anything that's different. And that has major implications socially. So there's one more section in the installation, and there's no slide for this, so you happen to know this. It's called bookmarks, and I think you'll have fun with it. If you think about the bookmark, you notice that your e-reader or your iPad or whatever you're using electronically, and I do too, is easy. You notice that they do have the functional notion of a bookmark. In other words, you can mark a page, right? That's the functional notion. But if you look at old bookmarks, or even ones that you have right now, they're not usually just there for, sometimes they're there for function. Oh God, a piece of newspaper, shove it in. I just need somewhere where I know where that thought. But bookmarks often, again, have personal meaning. And in the world of in the virtual world, that part of meaning, rather than just plain functionality, has been fading away. Now, it may be that the virtual creators will get smart and say, I think we need to make this have more than just function. There's no limit, I'm sure, to what they can create. But right now, things like bookmarks are simply functional. They're not anything more than, you could stick anything in there. It wouldn't matter. So what you'll see is bookmarks that I had great fun with, or Alice had great fun with. And so the quotations are ad-libbed, they're kind of massaged quotes from Alice in Wonderland, and the photos are mine, but they're kind of fun. I would hope that you enjoy them and have a good time looking at them. Now you might be thinking, yes, I'm probably just a worrywart, some sort of Luddite from today, and bleeding heart, that's the other thing. Fortunately, there aren't too many people here who know about my past and working with children and youth, except two of them staring at me right now. Oh yeah, she was always a bleeding heart. We knew it. She's still stuck on a relationship, that woman. Okay. But I'm not the only one who is showing this concern. There's plenty of concern, all the way from don't read your backlit stuff at night. It'll mess with your melatonin. You'll be awake all night, okay? Even if you don't want to be. And you notice that, some of you may notice, the iPhone has put on a soft, warmer light on the screen, but it's still backlit light. You can't tell me it's making that much of a difference. But anyway, so, it is the virtual world has some physical costs to us, and we haven't dealt with it long enough to really know the long-term ramifications. I mentioned earlier, and there are many studies about the decline in kids' attention span. And you might again say, well, so they're short attention span. If you get somebody who's got a really short attention span, they're going to know this much about many things, but they're never going to know a lot about anything. And in order to be creative, not just smart, but creative, you have to know some depth, because you have to be able to pull, not from just surface, you have to be able to pull from content. I've talked about the impact social organization. I just want to play, it's long, so I just play one video. I don't know which one is on first. So we'll see and see what happens.
You know, once in a while, something comes along that changes the industry. A device so simple and intuitive, using it this honest. Introducing 2015 Parry. It's not a digital book or an ebook. It's a book. The first thing to note is no cables, not even a power cable. The 2015 Parry catalog comes fully charged, and the battery life is eternal. The interface is 7.5 by 8 inches, but can expand to 15. The navigation is based on tactile touch technology, which can actually content comes pre-installed via 328 high-definition pages, inspiring and furnishing items. To start browsing, simply touch and drag. Right to left to move forwards, left to right to move backwards. Notice something else? That's right, no lag. Each crystal clear page loads instantaneously, no matter how fast you scroll. If you want to get a quick overview, just hold it in the palm of your hand and using just your thumb, speed up to If you find something you want to save for later, you can save the bookmark. And even if you close the application, you can easily find the bookmark. Amazing. What about multiple users? For that, we introduced a simple color-coding system to avoid confusion. If you want to share a particularly inspiring item, you literally share it. Another special feature is password protection, which is voice activated. Excuse me, that's mine. At IKEA, we feel the technology this life enhancer should be in the hands of everyone. So the 2015 IKEA catalog is free. You can download one from your mailbox, the one you open with the key. If it's not there, try refreshing it today. Or you can upload yourself to the IKEA store and find one there. Experience the power of a
I figured if it's good enough for a big corporation, that was a genuine ad from a couple of years ago. So they knew there was something to this. So I wanted
They
to...
got that from you, right?
Yeah, of course, yes. Anyway, I think you probably have heard enough, and you know my biases now, and I would just say that it was a riot, although tiring, to do this. And I see one other person that I really want to thank, Peter, because when you go to the sensory area that feeds your physical, you'll see a bottle with red stuff in it. It's not blood, although I'm sure if I had asked, you would have found some. And so Peter is a master printer. He's just, you'll pass his place on the way. And is it New Leaf or First New Leaf? Yes. So master printer. So thank you, and come and join us down at the Craft Council. I imagine someone will let us in, right? Mm-hmm. Thank you, and thank you to both Charlotte and to Sally for doing this. And to where did she go? I guess she's back at the. Okay, well I'll thank her later then. Thank you all, and I.